The monumental revelation was made on BBC's Brexitcast podcast. BBC Brussels correspondent Adam Fleming explained that Attorney General Geoffrey Cox was now seen as the gatekeeper in command of whether Mrs May's deal will be seen as acceptable to Parliament or not. Mr Fleming elaborated to his fellow panellists, "What's interesting about this is Geoffrey Cox has been cast in this role as the gatekeeper of the decision. The fact is the government has tried this technique of having a 558-page document with a 26-page document and some fact sheets attached and Prime Ministerial statements aplenty, but actually people didn't engage totally with the substance of the documents, so what they've done is created a much simpler milestone, and the milestone and the signal to everyone that something has changed and the deal is now palatable will be Geoffrey Cox's opinion, so actually, it's quite a clever bit of information management by the government." Brexit News. BBC Brussels correspondent Adam Fleming made the revelation about Geoffrey Cox on BBC B. Image Getty. Geoffrey Cox is the UK's chief legal advisor to the government and Crown, as Theresa May attempts to gain legal assurances from the EU surrounding the infamous Irish backstop. Mr Cox's opinion is therefore seen as a reliable indicator of whether any such assurances do hold legal weight. After the latest round of talks in Brussels, Mrs May declared, "I have underlined the need for us to see legally binding changes to the backstop that ensure that it cannot be indefinite. That's what is required if a deal is to pass the House of Commons. We have agreed that work to find a solution will continue at pace," but Leader of the Opposition Jeremy Corbyn replied, "The Conservative government is running down the clock in an attempt to blackmail Parliament into accepting Theresa May's bad deal over a chaotic no-deal." European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker has said he is not very optimistic that a no-deal Brexit can be avoided. Speaking the morning after his talks with Theresa May in Brussels, Mr Juncker said UK withdrawal from the EU without a deal would have terrible economic and social consequences.